Good morning, everybody. Hope you all are having a fantastic day. Welcome back to another video here on the channel. What I want to talk about today is something that I have been doing every single day for just about 2 years now. And if you had watched the last video on goal setting, you might have a little bit of an idea of what I'm going to talk about today. But what I want to talk about today is something that has had a profound positive impact on my life. And what it is journaling. Now, you might hear journaling and you might seem like, come on, yeah, I've heard it before. Journaling, yeah, I don't really think that works. I don't want to do that. It's a lot of effort. It's not productive. It's just a waste of your time. And believe me, that feeling is okay because I think it's a pretty common feeling. For me, I felt like that. And when I started journaling, when I was thinking about getting into journaling, I was very skeptical about whether or not it would work or not. But what I will say is I started journaling almost 2 years ago. Exactly. It'll be 2 years in, I think, a couple of weeks. And I started journaling during a very, very difficult time in my life where I just felt like I needed something. I didn't know what I needed, but it was just a time in my life where there was a lot of things up in the air. There was a profound amount of stress on me. It was, my senior year of high school. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I didn't know where I wanted to go to school. I had, just gone through a lot of difficult personal things as well at the time, and there was just this mounting stress on me. And it was something that I felt like I really could not control. And it was spiraling and spiraling and spiraling, and each day just getting more mounting and just worse by the day. And I had no idea how to fix it. I had no idea how to help it, I should say. I needed something. I needed an outlet. I needed something to do, and I didn't really know what that was, but I had been inspired to start journaling. And what I will say is, immediately it didn't fix anything. Immediately it didn't help. But over time, as I stayed more consistent with it, it started to impact me. It started to, I'm struggling to find the words to talk about this, but as you know, I'm trying to only record these videos in one take. I'm trying to become a better spontaneous speaker. But it started to work for me. And the way that I structured my journaling was I would periodically throughout the day, this would be on my computer, whether you're journaling on your phone or your computer or you're writing it down in a notebook, all of that is tremendous and works equally as well. I think, the way that you choose to journal really does not matter as long as you're just getting your thoughts and getting just anything you want to say out onto either, a paper or a computer or whatever. That's the most important thing. But how I would do it is periodically throughout the day on my computer, I would just talk about my thoughts, what I was going through, things that I was doing throughout the day. And at first, the thoughts were very negative. They were as expected, really, because I knew that this time in my life was a very, very, very difficult time, and there was so much going on that was just causing me all this stress. And the truth is, my first journal entries, they were pretty down. And, sometimes I like to go back and read my journal entries from a while ago, and I'm like, wow, like, that was a very difficult time in my life. But regardless, what I will say is I just started one day. I'm going to journal today. I'm going to talk about my thoughts. I'm going to talk about what I did today, how I felt, people I talked to, just everything. I'm just going to write it all down. And what I will say is, coming from somebody who historically has really struggled to communicate a lot of my feelings and thoughts, I've never really been good at opening up and, sharing my true feelings and my true thoughts, especially in times when I am struggling a little bit. And I think this is why journaling was so huge for me, was it allowed me this space to just put my thoughts out there and just really get everything that was going on in my brain and just put it out into the world, I guess, even though, it's a private journal, nobody else is going to see it. I think journaling specifically for people like myself who struggle to speak up and share their thoughts and struggle to open up is especially important, because the worst thing you can do when you are struggling, going through a difficult time, is to just bundle it all up in your head and just try and push it back to the back of your mind and just not think about it. You have to speak up, you have to open up, and ideally you would be doing this to a person. You'd be doing this to a close friend or family member, or maybe a professional. But for people like myself, where I'm still working on getting better at communicating with family and friends about my mental health and how I'm feeling, the journal is a very, very profound place to do that. And it's a big step as well. What I've noticed is, since I've started journaling and really putting my thoughts, my just really raw, authentic, as it is, just thoughts, just out into a place, which is the journal, it has made me better at communicating with other people in real life. I've noticed that my whole life I've really, really struggled to talk about my feelings with other people, with close friends, family, whoever. But what I've noticed was, since I've started journaling, since I've started really opening up to this journal and writing and getting my thoughts out here, it's helped me become better at communicating and opening up with people in real life. So I think journaling can be a profound step to becoming a better communicator and becoming better at really opening up and just talking about your mental health and your thoughts and everything surrounding that in general. So journaling has had a huge impact on my life, and it's something that I would recommend absolutely everyone to do. If you're a friend of mine, they've already heard me talk about journaling and how big of an impact it's had on my life. I've tried to convince my friends to do it. I've tried to convince, so many people to do it, just because I know how much it has helped me out. So what I will say is, just find a platform to journal. It can be, a journaling book, or it can be your phone, computer. What I will say is, make it something very convenient. That's kind of why I use my computer primarily. I use this platform called Notion to journal, but you can also use your Notes app or whatever, or just any journaling app you choose. But what I will say is, make it easy to find. Make it very attainable, because I think ultimately what has helped me stay consistent with this for 2 years is, it's on this app on my phone that's also on my computer. So, just about wherever I am, I can journal if I want to. It's not like, I have to carry around this journaling book everywhere, and that's not me talking down on journaling books whatsoever. I just like the convenience of being able to journal, whenever and wherever I want. So what I'll say is just start today. Don't put it off. Start today. Find a medium, find a platform that you can just get your thoughts out there on. And what I will do is typically throughout the day, or maybe sometimes just at the end of the day, I will just talk about my day. I'll talk about what I did this morning. Maybe I went to class, maybe I hung out with a friend, maybe I got some food here, maybe I worked out like at this place, maybe I went for a run here. Talk about your day, talk about everything that you did throughout your day, and talk about your feelings as well. Talk about, how I felt when I woke up this morning, how I felt in class today, how I felt after class, how I felt, during this run, or, maybe this random thought came into my mind at this time throughout the day, and just talk about it and get it out into the world, into your own kind of private little world, which is your journaling notebook or your journaling page or whatever. So, if you can't already tell, I feel very passionate about journaling. I think it's just absolutely incredible, and I think everyone should do it. So, without further ado, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you took some things from this, and I really hope you're going to start journaling, because it really is so helpful. So, I'll see you guys in the next video.